My son had just gotten his driver's license, and we'd just bought him his first car for his 16th birthday. I was so proud and waved to him as I watched him drive off that morning. I remember finally getting some alone time when my wife called me. I answered it and heard her crying and screaming, but I couldn't understand anything she was saying. She told me just to get in my car and start driving because there was an accident on the way to school. The police called her and told her someone ran a red light and hit him. I remember driving there thinking she was overreacting and he'd be okay, but when I saw his car completely crushed, I couldn't breathe. I watched them pull him out and I couldn't even look. We ended up waiting at the hospital for 10 hours, and they were the longest of my life. Eventually, when the doctor finally came out to see us, he told us our son was alive. He was breathing, but he wasn't awake. He was in a coma, and they weren't sure when he'd wake up, so we sat with him for a few days. We played his favorite music and talked to him, and I like to think he could hear us. Then, we got the worst news ever. He had severe brain damage, and that he'd never wake up. We decided to turn off his life support and said goodbye forever. However, a year later, the craziest thing happened. We got a card in the mail thanking us and thanking our son. We had no idea, but they actually used my son's heart to save this guy's life. We agreed for him to be an organ donor, and a month later we met the guy and got the best gift we've ever received.